Wayne and Jess for breakfast, and we are talking law with our Radio 97 resident lawyer Despina Priala, and we wanted to touch on social media and how that can impact your insurance claims.
Yes, and other claims as well. So social media is very much a part of our daily lives, for some of us anyway, and it can have a catastrophic impact on claims through the court or with your insurance companies or other types of claims, compensation claims. So a lot of people don't think about what they post on social media. They just go ahead and post it, regardless of their circumstances or position in life and their jobs, careers, all sorts of things. So we know that employers now jump on social media and check out their applicants for jobs. But now we know that insurance companies actually go on and use the information that's posted on social media and often use it against the people that are making a claim.
I think people forget that. I think people they think it's they're posting something for their family and friends and whatever, and they just forget that so much of it is public and available to anyone that wants to look.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So even if you're putting it in as a private message, you don't necessarily have it as private. So we don't know all the intricacies and the ins and outs of how Facebook actually works behind the scenes. So I think that's really important. But to get into it, yes, there was a 2015 case in the Queensland Supreme Court, and it's a well-known case for lawyers who know about this. It's called Digby and the Compass Institute. And in that particular case, it was quite significant because the case actually established that insurers do not need to inform plaintiffs in matters when they intend to use Facebook and information on social media. They don't have to tell them at all.
So because it's a public domain, you have just complete full reign as a company to be able to almost spy on the client.
That's right. So if you are about to lodge a claim, or you have lodged a claim, or you're about to go to court for compensation of any type of kind of compensation, total permanent disability claims, or anything like that, I would be very careful about the use of social media. And if you are an avid user of social media, perhaps on a daily basis, I think you need to say to yourself, I need to step away from that iPhone and iPad and any other device you use to jump on social media, and actually perhaps go cold turkey for a while.
That would be tough for some people.
It would be very tough.
Oh, I've been withdrawing on a temporary basis because it gives you that option. It'll activate after say 7 days, and it's hard because if you're always used to posting pictures, it's not just that either, is it? It's your location, it's when you check into places. This is how they can visibly see where you've been and really take track and follow you wherever you go.
That's right, exactly correct. So it's not just about posting text messages, it's about posting pictures as well of yourself and how you are in that particular moment and where you are. So often people don't even think about their locations are turned on. You need to turn those locations off. I think if you're in a situation where you still want to post on social media, but you have current claims in the court or against insurance companies, because as we've just said, insurance companies can go on and use that information. So if they find that you're in a particular location and your claim was that, for example, you couldn't travel for long periods of time, and you are a resident in Queensland, you happen to be in Tasmania for a holiday.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I claim a bad back and I can't work, and therefore you see them on there having a wonderful time on a ladder lifting things.
Exactly right. A perfect example. Another example, similar, you have a neck injury. You're supposed to be wearing a neck brace, and you're on social media posting yourself at parties, having a whale of a time. So yes, you have to be very careful with the use of social media. So I'm not about having people trying to mislead insurance companies, not at all, but I'm just trying to make people aware that if you're using social media, it is part of your daily life or perhaps daily routine, and when you're embarking in litigation, you need to be very careful about the information that you're putting out there. Even before social media became a phenomenon, and it is a worldwide phenomenon, this use of social media, even before that happened, we always told claimants, be very careful of what you say to people and what you do after you're involved or in part of litigation proceedings. So this is no different. It's actually worse, and it's far more at high risk for claimants.
And it not only follows you around, all that sort of stuff, and it's permanent.
It's
Oh,
permanent.
Pretty much permanent, yeah.
Yeah, it's permanent. So we say, and I would say to a client, step away from social media for a while. Okay, if you cannot break the quote unquote habit, then you need to have some follow some general tips and guidelines about how you are going to continue to use social media while you are in litigation. For example, turn your locations off. For example, don't necessarily post pictures of yourself, or be careful of messages you are posting about what you're doing, what you're up to, where you're going, or even about your case. So often the cases have to remain confidential, particularly if you get to a settlement. The terms of settlement are confidential. So you shouldn't be going on social media posting about, oh, I won today and I got X amount, and go for it if you're in the same position. You shouldn't be posting information like that, or messages about that.
I've been watching a lot. I've been glued to a case that someone always gives regular updates, even when they're in the court.
Yes. So are you talking about journalism or?
No, this is a personal case.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
And that's interesting. I might have to advise that that's probably not the best advice.
It's not the best advice. The bottom line is, if the information is not there, it can never be used against you.
Sure, yeah.
So that's common sense. If you're putting information out there, even if it's innocently done, it can be misinterpreted, and you're better off just not posting at all.
That's
Just
right.
as I said before, step away from the phone and the iPad for a period of time.
So insurance companies would perhaps have people that do this for a living.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And when you're talking multi-million-dollar claims, for
Yeah.
example,
It's worth them scouring through.
It's nothing for them to spend the time to get someone to just do this on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I am sure they have people employed purely to do this.
And even when you like things, there's obviously a current trend and the algorithms follow you and what you're into.
Yes, well, that's right. So liking posts can not have perhaps the same catastrophic impact, but it can imply that you are deeming to accept something on social media or not accept something, which may or may not have an impact on your claim. So don't always just go ahead and like. Just think about it before you like, or even comment on other people's posts as well, which is in the
An
public domain.
opinion.
Exactly.
And also, I didn't realise too with events that when you accept an event, it shows to all of your friends and sometimes public view of you going somewhere and where you're going. I didn't realise that was for all to see.
It's tracked, and when you go to that event, people check in. So there you go. Yes, another way to track people.
Yeah, and just one of those things, once again, because we consider social media, I know we shouldn't, but we just consider that the information we're sharing is mostly, in our case, for our family and friends, but there's much more to it than that.
Much more to it. So if
And legally, they have the right.
That's right. So best advice, abstain from the use of social media.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Desfina. We can look you up. We can Google you, Priala. That's Priala Legal. Otherwise, the website too.
Yes, that's right, prialalegal.com.au, or follow me on my YouTube channel, where our recordings here are, of course, posted on the YouTube channel. If they've missed any part of it on the audio part, they can
Always
certainly
catch
follow.
up.
Exactly.
We'll hear from you next week.
Thank you.